Hey everybody, Juan Ortega here, your business coach, and here is your business tip of the week. So let me ask you a question. Would it be helpful if you suddenly got better at things like sales, leadership, communication, and building rapport with people much faster? Would that be helpful for you in your personal life and in your business life? I think you'd most agree, like everyone else would say, absolutely yes. So if the answer is yes, that you'd like to improve in these different areas and it would be beneficial in your life, then it's time to learn about DISC. So a little bit about DISC assessments. So back in 1928, psychologist William Moulton Marston developed this theory that he was able to prove and further develop. And he was also involved with developing the first polygraph machine, which I find really interesting. And then also, what many people don't also realize is that he was the creator of the Wonder Woman character. So if you think of her magic lasso, the lasso of truth, it's interesting to know that the person who created that character, who was later picked up by DC Comics, was also the person involved in developing the whole DISC behavioral system. And then a few years after that, Walter Vernon Clark developed it into an assessment, a working model that people could actually take that would help determine their individual DISC results or DISC profile. And then for many years, it kind of sat as something that was used primarily in the psychology space. And it wasn't until the 1980s where it started really expanding into more corporate common use. And today, DISC is a tool that is used all around the world. And it's one of these tools that as a business owner, business professional, or just a person who's interested in personal development should know about. So if you've never heard of DISC assessment, this is definitely something you're going to want to learn more about. So essentially, what is DISC? Well, it's a predictor of behavior. It has these four dominant quadrants here, and it sort of kind of tells you, which one you tend to go to, and it essentially produces all different styles, and you can get hundreds of different results depending on the level in which you fall into these categories. But essentially, it's a predictor of behavior. And it looks at things like how you respond to problems and challenges, how you influence others, how you respond to the pace of your environment, and how you respond to rules and procedures set by others. What's cool about this is that, again, since it is an assessment, we can use it in all different applications. We can use it on ourselves for personal development. We can use it as business owners to coach, lead our team. And they're even just actually in the last couple of weeks, they rolled out DISC for kids, which I find really fascinating, having gone through that process with my daughter and looking at how beneficial that report could be. They're even rolling out DISC relationships in the next couple of months. So all sorts of applications there. Really, when people ask me, what's been the coolest thing that you've learned in the last decade, I would definitely put learning DISC up there in the top 5 really cool things that I've learned and things that have influenced and helped me both personally and professionally. So here are the top 4 things I learned from DISC, from actually taking the assessment, reading the assessment results, and actually studying it and applying it in my life. Number 1 here is that our lives and success relies heavily on our ability to successfully interact with other humans. DISC teaches us about how to understand ourselves and others so that we can be more effective in our daily interactions. The second is realizing how I tend to behave and show up in the world is important, but knowing that I can adapt, change, and become who I need to be for that particular occasion is much more powerful. And, having the ability to become chameleon-like and knowing enough about myself to know how I need to show up for every particular situation has been extremely powerful, both in business and in personal. The third is that it's important to treat people the way that you want to be treated, but it's even more powerful. It's better to treat them the way that they want to be treated. And I think that's one of the biggest lessons about DISC is, it's great to have that golden rule, but the platinum rule that DISC teaches is extremely powerful and beneficial, because now you're treating people the way they want to be treated. But without DISC, how would you even know how people want to be treated? So that's one of the really powerful things that DISC teaches you to do. And then the fourth one here is that in business, we deal with people. And DISC has taught me to improve my marketing. It's helped me improve marketing, become more effective in sales, and has given me a science-based tool so that when I'm hiring staff or even training staff, I know exactly what I'm getting. It's a report. It's like a 47-page report that essentially allows me a sneak peek into the person's mind and reveals to me much more than I would ever be able to find out simply by a traditional interview process. So if you haven't taken yourself through the DISC assessment or want to learn more about it, shoot me an email. Let's get you to take it first. Let's get your staff to take it, and then let's do some training on it, because I guarantee you that it's going to be something that could be game changing for both you, your team, and for the business. Thanks.